About time for another Coach Life. One of the most vivid memories from my childhood on Love Lane is playing video games. Ooh, damn, that was nasty. That pop was real. Oh, still popping. Damn, we gotta handle that. Oh, that's cool. That looks crazy. I don't want to get all these stains on me though. Damn, it's all a pop about. Okay. Put you over there. You wow. A lot of flame. Message. Pardon the noise, enjoy the candle. One of the most vivid memories from childhood is playing video games, and it's a very specific moment. I was playing, I can't remember if it was Nintendo or Sega Genesis, but let me tell you something. Like a youngin' growing up right now, it's like Blood or Crip or Woo or whatever, YG, all that stuff. When we was growing up, it was Nintendo or Sega. Outside was outside, you know. There was no real sense of like, we were being groomed for gangs, but there was different gangs. And the West Coast culture hadn't permeated the East yet. And our gangs were different. They were like, 20 Love, Los Solitos, Latin King, stuff like that. But anyways, as a kid, you wasn't worried about no gangs unless you was immersed in that lifestyle. You was outside most of the day, and when you came back in, you played video games if you had one or whatever, you know what I'm saying? Ate dinner. So I remember distinctly playing video games one day and thinking to myself, I kept like trying to beat a board, and once I would make a mistake, I would just reset. Try to beat the board again, make a mistake, reset. I would get as far as I could, reset. And I remember thinking to myself, I wonder if life is like that. I wonder if you could just reset. That'd be crazy if it was just like in life, once you made a mistake that you weren't happy with, you could just reset. And then I remember thinking, nah, that's nuts. Fast forward probably 20 plus years, and I remember thinking, wait, once I processed all of what life is and had enough experience to alchemize my own wisdom, I said, wait, that is how life is. You go through this thing. This is probably not your first time cycling through it, just knowing how energy works in the universe. As a matter of fact, this is probably like your billionth time cycling through it. And you're just trying to get the highest score, which I believe is an internal assessment of, not an assessment, an internal feeling of oneness, a clarity. Oh, like this is all one thing. Past, present, future, me, you, them, us, it, God, devil, fire, water, blade of grass, mountain. It's all one thing. And so once I had that realization and I remembered the video game realization, I was like, wow, we got some real dots to connect here. And the reason I bring that up for this Coach Life, connecting the dots, is yesterday I had lunch with my guy, Jim MF Chin, you heard? We had whole fish that he brought from right by Beirut. And the whole scene reminded us so much of 2020. that it was bizarre. Like the pandemic, everyone was out. In case you don't know, apologies. So New York got covered in smoke from Canadian wildfires. Why no one has shown a picture or a video of these wildfires is crazy. It's like, where there's smoke, can we see it at least? Like the news coverage of this has been bizarre. Although I haven't been watching the news, like I get it through my YouTube feed or whatever, and it's just been super bizarre. But it just has so much 2020 resonance, and even building with Rose, it was the same thing where she was at, and they didn't even have the smoke. And then the school went remote, and everyone did that remote scramble on Zoom, and like, for me, it was so much trauma, but for everyone else, they were like happy to work through it, and I was just like so terrified in isolation that I was glad I was at the school. I went up to the gym, got a great workout in, connected with some of the interns, did some ChatGPT work, and let it be. But for today's Coach Life, I encourage you to connect the dots on 2020 and the lessons we learned or should have learned, because there's a very strong resonance today. The resonance is uncanny. It's been the last few days, but I'm going to send you light and love for the best day ever. Oh, Young C, shout out to you. I saw your comment. I didn't get to reply yet, but for sure, you know me with losing. It was a rough one, but it was such a good lesson to learn, like you said. It's about time. It's about time. So connect those dots, light and love. Have the best day ever, y'all. Ciao.